Not as lightly because it's kind of dark.
Hello, folks. The MegaMets podcast is back. Tonight, it's predictions for Dominion Osaka Joe Hall 2024, live from the Osaka Joe Hall on June 9th. We kick it off with a rather intriguing matchup that could set up G1 ramifications. Tetsuya Naito versus the United Empire's Callum Newman. My God, is Naito taking a fall from grace since dropping the title in Chicago?
What a damn shame.
And again, at 41 years old, his knees not as where they used to be, and most of his main event spot matches not as up to snuff as they used to be. You kind of expect this.
Retirement is most likely inevitable.
I'd say give him at least 3 or 4 more years before he gets pushed down the card as badly as he has. But then again, they did this to Tanahashi after he won his title in 19.
I agree.
But does Naito pass on the torch? In my view, I don't really think so. I'm going to give this to him.
I'm also giving it to Naito because I don't think Newman is ready. His body might be at his breaking point, unfortunately.
The kid, Naito's or Newman's?
Newman. His body is at his breaking point.
He's only in his mid-20s.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. It's Naito. Newman's in his mid-20s. He's still got plenty in the tank. But Naito, though, at 41, it's only a matter of time.
Got that right. Next up, basically a prelude for next week's IWGP Junior Tag Title match, which will take place at a house show leading up to the G1. Zack Sabre Jr. and the duo of Robbie Eagles and Kosei Fujita of the Mighty Don't Kneel take on IWGP Junior Tag Champions Clark Carnes and Drilla Moloney, the War Dogs, and from pro wrestling known as good-looking guys, LJ Clearly. As part of a little alliance, the Beef, the Bullet, the War Dogs, and GLG have been having going for them since April.
Looks like they're probably having something planned. I'm not sure.
I don't know, but again, this is basically a space fodder match for that junior tag title match. And given that Clearly's going to be basically can fodder, ZSJ, Fuja, and Robbie are mighty, and the mighty don't kneel.
I agree.
Giving this to TMDK.
Fair enough. I also do the same for
I'll
TMDK.
let you take this one.
This is the next match is prelude to the KOPW. It's a KOPW 2024 Stormcatch rules match where you have Great Okan versus Yuya Uemura.
And here are the rules.
15-minute time limit. No strikes allowed. You only have to use throw grapples and submissions. Rope breaks and leaving the ring are limited to twice only, and a third escape constitutes a DQ.
Now, originally, these were the rules that Uemura wanted for their KOPW match in, I believe it was either Hiroshima or Kagoshima where he won it, but they got instead Okan's rules, which was a rule rejuvenation match, basically a triathlon of sorts. In this case, it was a tires match, a tire marathon where you had to put 4 truck tires over a traffic cone, a lemon eating contest, and if it went to a third where you had to eat a whole Hiroshima lemon, peel it all within 2 minutes.
Oh, who writes this stuff?
And a tables match if it got to a third ball.
No, seriously, who the hell writes this stuff?
It's part of the KOPW mechanic. It's a gimmick title match championship.
I find the gimmick idea freaking ridiculous.
Well, every promotion's got to have a gimmick title, and this is New Japan's version of it. I mean, in Noah, you have that BS GHC hardcore title. In DDT, you have the Ultimate Poison Chalice of the Iron Man heavy metal weight. In the WWE, you had the 24/7 title for its time. Thank God they killed that thing off. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I don't know who wins this, but I think it would be safer to give this to Uemura because putting it back in Khan just doesn't make sense to me.
I'm going to have to choose Yuya.
Same here.
Because honestly, though, this match, the idea is just so ridiculous.
At least this one has a few more rules that are actually related to wrestling.
Yeah.
Next up, never openweight 6-man titles. Los Ingobernables de Japon of Yota Tsuji, Bushi, and Hiromu Takahashi challenged the champions in their first non-House of Torture related title defense. Hiroshi Tanahashi, Toru Yano, and Boltin Oleg. Hiromu trying to come off basically an Okada 2018-esque run in the Best of Super Juniors this year, where he lost his first 2, then won 6 in a row, only to fall short against Ishimori in the block final. And because of a tiebreaker loss against him to Doki, he lost out of the semis.
Wow.
And you know what the sad thing is for Hiromu? That string of 6 straight singles wins were his first singles victories in almost 6 months. And his first singles wins in this whole year. No joke.
Wow. This is going to be a tough decision, I swear.
Yeah. I'm going to say leave it on the champs, especially if they're going to throw Oleg into the G1.
I agree. The champs should retain.
Ooh, you take this one. This is a hostile fight coming up.
Ooh, this is going to be fun. For the NJPW World TV Championship, Jeff Cobb, who is I don't know if he is, who is champion? Jeff Cobb?
Yeah.
Jeff Cobb, the champion, will take on Tomohiro Ishii.
I mean, at this point, with never gold opportunities now basically out of his reach, the Stone Pitbull is trying to look for bigger meat. And
here's the problem. Jeff Cobb has implemented an open door policy.
Yep.
Which means he's now fighting many foes that want a piece of him.
Yep. And coupled with the fact that he's facing a guy who's more or less owned his number outside one instance. The Pitbull, mate, this is going to be a legit dogfight. But at 48, I'm not sure if Ishii should be holding that title.
In my opinion, Cobb should retain.
Agreed. This is going to be a tough one to go through anyway. Oh, God. Do we really need to unify these belts again? NJPW Strong Openweight and IWGP Heavyweight Tag Titles on the line in a Texas four-way elimination Texas Tornado match. Wow. IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champs Chase Owen and Kenta both times had to win through shortcuts.
I have always hated when they have to resort to shortcuts. That's what sucks.
Strong Openweight Tag Champs G.O.D., Hikuleo, and El Fantasmo. Former Strong Champs TMDK, Shane Hayes, and Mikey Nichols. And former IWGP Heavyweight Tag Champs Bishamon, Hiroki Goto, and Yoshihashi go at it. No tags. Everyone's in it once. When one member of a team is pinned or submitted, the entire team's got to go to the locker room. Last team standing wins. Talk about muddying the scene in the tag ranks in this year.
This ain't just muddy. This is just messed up muddy.
I mean, going back to Wrestle Kingdom when Bishamon and G.O.D. fought for both sets of belts. Won by G.O.D. Then they lose the heavyweight tag straps to Leo and to Owens and Kenta through shortcuts. Then they lose the strong titles through a blind tag by Hayes and Nichols, and then get gypped in the rematch. At Sakura Genesis, Bishamon win the heavyweight tag titles back, only to lose them back to Owens and Kenta to Taku through shortcuts yet again.
Wow.
And then at Resurgence, G.O.D. get the strong titles back.
About time.
What is there to make of this mishmash?
It's gonna be a goddamn mess.
Damn right, it's gonna be messy. I don't know who to pick out these four.
I honestly don't know either. That is the problem. You have 4 teams facing each other at once. It's going to be a brawl. It's going to be a mess.
It's seriously, do we really need to reunify these titles again? That's what, 3 times in the over the course of the last 12 months we had to unify these straps?
No, the belts should not be unified at all.
I'm just saying, it's the 3rd time in the last 12 months they've done this bullshit. Think about it. Dominion,
that's a pretty much sign that they're desperate.
Think about it. Last year's Dominion triple threat between United Empire, House of Torture, and Bishamon for both sets of vacated titles. Wrestle Kingdom, God versus Bishamon for both titles. And now this, but worse.
This is just as worse. It's like the bookers can't seem to figure out what the hell they're supposed to do now. It's a mess.
Damn right, it's a mess. If we gotta pick someone, I'm gonna pick and get it over with. The Gorillas of Destiny. I'm gonna go TMDK.
Fair enough. Now let's move on to the good stuff. I'm taking over for this. For the never Openweight Championship, Henare versus the champion Shingo Takagi.
Oh yeah, this is gonna be another hoss fight. This is gonna be vicious. It's gonna be violent, and it is gonna be a war.
The thing is, these 2 men have mutual respect for each other.
Mm-hmm.
And knowing these 2, they're going to put on a hell of a show.
And especially when you consider that Henare just recently came back from a gruesome head injury he suffered during the Dog Pound cage match back in February.
Any sane human being that suffered through that would immediately head into retirement. But not Henare. Henare is nuts.
Damn right, he's a fucking nut. I mean, he's called the face of fear for a reason.
Wow, that is nuts. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make my vote right now because honestly, Henare should win.
Yeah.
From what I've read, he was sidelined after a near fatal altercation with, of all things, a freaking table. Oh my God, with a head injury like that, I'm surprised it did not even kill him.
Damn right. He's one tough son of a bitch, and he deserves some gold. If there's any gold he deserves, it's the fucking Never Championship.
Oh, yes, indeed. So my vote is on Henare. Enough said.
Oh, God. Now, this is the match that pisses me off. While I am glad it's only semi-main, it still pisses me off to no fucking end.
This is actually a double main event, which is stupid.
Technically, this is semi-main, but that said.
Okay, let's just call it a semi-main and get it over with.
IWGP World Heavyweight Championship in a lumberjack match. Jon Moxley against fucking Evil. Gato, do the world a favor. You have heard the cries from the smarks here on the internet, including us.
I'm just not going to say anything. Rant, please.
You have heard the complaints from the fans, both at home and abroad. The House of Torture is a fucking cancer that needs to be cut. I don't care. That's the 5-year anniversary of this fucking subgroup.
This is just
having this thing at all, let alone having it attached to Bullet Club, is killing New Japan. It has been cheap in return after cheaper return with every bullshit running after bullshit running after bullshit running.
Make that it's a ripoff in more ways than one, you know.
Evil needs to be exposed. The House of Torture has to die!
Come on, just let it die already. I'm voting Moxley. Moxley will retain.
And especially when you consider the lumberjacks that he's got.
Yeah, that's no lumberjack. That's more like he has an army all set up for it. Which is a bad idea, all things considered.
Yeah, but the lumberjacks Moxley picked were Shota Umino and the 3rd generation. Yuji Nagata, Togi Makabe, Hiroshi Tenzan, and Tiger Mask. It's a shame Kojima's the MLW champion because he would be more than happy to get in on this.
Yep.
And then I would have loved to hear the Osaka Joe crowd witness him machine gun chopping Evil's chest until it bled, throwing him in the corner, elbowing him in the face, and then yelling, "Eat yourself, Bakayano! I'll kill you, you bastard!"
Mm-hmm. Yes,
but why does
indeed.
something tell me either Jack Perry's going to play an X Factor or Shooter is going to turn on Moxley? I don't fucking know, and I'm hoping that's not the case.
Indeed.
Give me Moxley, because Evil winning that title will be a day of downward spirals. And I don't want him holding that belt till Wrestle Kingdom.
Now, let's move on from that garbage to the best of the Super Junior final. On one side, you have El Desperado.
Who won
And
A,
on the other, Taichi Ishimori.
who won B block. And when you consider what they went through in the semis, Ishimori beat TJP, who had to fight out of an 0-4 hole and basically get in on tiebreakers. Let me grab my scorecard.
How is that even possible? You get it on tiebreakers? That's just nuts.
Well, here were the tiebreakers TJP got to get in. He got victories over, let's see, here he is. Teton, Kosei, Blake Christian, and Hayata. Those are the three tiebreakers he needed to get in. He also got wins over Kosei, Fujita, and El Desperado.
Uh-huh.
On the other hand, Desperado had to defeat Doki, who also got into the semis via a tiebreaker. Specifically, victories over Robbie Eagles and Hiromu Takahashi. The latter of whom was on the second night of the tournament, and he caught Hiromu to pass out, frothing at the mouth from the Italian Stretch 32, a.k.a. the Doki Choki.
Who comes up with the Doki Choki? What the?
Lane Gino Gambino, an Aussie wrestler who, from time to time, pops up on the New Japan English commentary team. He's the one that's doing it, not me.
Just wow.
And ironic, considering he's a Bullet Club guy.
But of course.
This is a matchup of basically two of the three pillars of the New Japan Junior Heavyweight division as it currently stands. But the question is, who do you want to get that belt off show? On the one hand, if Taiji Ishimori is in, the one who does it, he's Bullet Club generic with Chase Owens and Kenta. He's not on the side of the House of Torture, but he's not on the side of the War Dogs either. And in my view, it's if Owens and Kenta fail, it's a matter of time before Finlay just gets rid of them altogether.
Yeah.
I mean, sure, they brought in gold. I mean, Chase and Kenta brought in gold, and Ishimori briefly held the KOPW title for a time. But they're not bringing in gold, but they're seldom bringing gold through the right way, and they're not really bringing in bodies. On the other hand, Sho was screwed out of the Desperado was screwed out of the junior title when Narita choked him out in Sapporo, which led to a countout. And yes, folks, in New Japan Pro Wrestling, you can lose a title on a countout.
Yeah, that would suck.
And Sho takes credit for beating Despy cleanly. What the fuck is going on in that screwed up head of that little bastards?
Mm-hmm.
To me, this is a no-brainer. Desperado walks out with the trophy. And then he'll probably try to goad Sho into challenging in the Cash's shot at the next night in Corkin Hall at his El Desperado Junior Heavyweight Invitational. For those wondering, no, we are not going to cover that event, as it's a pay-per-view event and I don't have the full card.
Mm-hmm.
And for those wondering what's with the backdrop behind me, let's just say I'm getting some new furniture tomorrow because my pops is going to be moving out into a nursing home on Monday.
That's fair enough.
Well, that's it for tonight's podcast. You want to be back on Saturday night when the Yankees play the Dodgers?
I don't know. It depends because I've got things I need to take care of.
7 o'clock game, first pitch.
I might.
Okay.
I only hope it doesn't bore me at least.
What at least?
I hope it doesn't bore me because the hockey game, though, I'm just like...
I'm not going to do the Stanley Cup Finals.
I know.
I mean, at least we've had fun doing a Yankee call together.
Mm-hmm.
And especially when you consider the Yankees are going up against Shohei this weekend.
True. I know. One moment.
Snap screen. Dinner.
Yeah, it was my food. About to eat anyway, so.
And then I'll probably. And then there's like a triple header next week of wrestling events.
Oh my god, I don't think we'll have time to get to those.
Clash at the Castle, Altogether Sapporo, and Grand Chip in Nagoya. But I think I can handle the Altogether Sapporo show predictions on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So do you just want to do Clash in the Castle and the Noah event?
Yeah.
We'll have to do that on Friday night, though.
Next week.
Yeah.
But not on Saturday night, though, because I'm off somewhere on Saturday.
Well, plus that and the Clash in the Castle show is next Saturday afternoon anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
You down with that?
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay, folks, that's it for tonight. You got the news of when you'll next catch the MegaMets. Till then, comment, like, and subscribe. Now we must bid you adieu. So goodbye and good night. Bang. Cut. And see you, Jose.